Yes, the Springdale by Keystone, which I always thought was weird they called it that, because it's spelled just like Springdale by Keystone. But as they say, a rose by any other name is still a rose. Isn't that a saying? I don't know, I'm trying to be all a philosophizer today. Welcome to Haylett RV. My name's Josh the RV Nerd. 3,540 pounds, which is a chunky monkey for a single axle like this. That being said, a very nice looking Springdale 1800 bunkhouse. If you're tired of the old family pop-up, if you've never had a camper before, if there's one or two of you or a small family, like the bunks could be obviously bunk space, but models like this are actually really popular among solo campers and couples for storage capacity. A lot of people will also do things like, hey, maybe I'll take the top bunk out and use it just as an open bed so someone doesn't feel like they're climbing into a coffin. Like, those are very common things that I see with this over here. Overall, it looks to be in really good shape, but the one thing I want to tell you, I think it's been smoked in, and I say I think because I don't have a really strong sense of smell anymore, which is weird because I still have a very strong sense of taste for chicken nuggets. But the my first impression when I opened the door, I had a little bit of that 1980s bowling alley kind of smell to me, but it's like it faded on me real fast, but I feel like it's still there. But so I just want you to be aware that might be a thing. It might not be. It could just be my sniffers all screwed up. It is allergy season around southern Michigan right now. If that's something that really is a concerning point to you, easy way to figure out is I'm like the only person here whose nose doesn't work right. You just call our team, ask them, hey, would you go in there and just real quick? And that was a pretty face. I should freeze frame that and like print it on the wall. Employee of the month. But have them just come in and take a big old deep whiff, have them get back to you. I have talked for a long time. Let's get inside this thing. I'm so sorry. So everybody and their brother makes a camper like this. They all do it a little different. One of the major differences that ends up defining and shaping a ton of what they do here in this Springdale is the fact that it's not a narrow body camper. This is a full 8-foot wide. And where you really see that present itself is like right here by the door. It leaves this big, like, open cutaway alcove, which is perfect to kick off your shoes, by the way. And that extra little stand over there with the outlets and the closet, you're like, that just wouldn't be there if this was a 7-foot wide camper. Or in the case of, like, a Wildwood FSX, you get, like, a narrow little thing. That also opens up an interesting opportunity up here. So this is a Camp Queen bed, which a lot of people are going to go, forget it, I'm out of here. Hold on just a second, because think about this. It's 60 inches wide, not a 54-inch wide little bed like a lot of little campers. You could get a longer mattress if you wanted to that it's going to go under that headboard. If you're tall like me, you would want this side of the bed. If you're a little bit smaller like my wife, she could take the inside area by the headboard and not have to worry about kicking the wall. This could still work for some taller people. Couple that, too, with the fact that it has a normal 6.5-foot interior height instead of a reduced height thing like some little campers, and we've added some weight. But we've added some very welcome space in a little camper. You're stuck in here on a rainy day with your family, you ain't going to regret it. And what I'm really noticing as I go through here, this thing is sharp. It was well maintained, and I see some simple, nice upgrades, though. Like, they added the TV. This from the factory had no TV. I see all the original owner's manuals present and accounted for, which isn't a guarantee, but that's a good indicator that this was owned by somebody that maintained it. And one of those handy little screen door handles, so the kids don't rip this thing off trying to close the screen door. Sometimes, man, the pennies add up to dollars. An ounce of prevention's worth a pound of cure. This thing looks pretty sharp. Actually, the TV antenna is WineGuard, Wi-Fi unit prep. That little rubber plug on the top of the ceiling there next to that speaker, that's what that guy is. One of the other really nice things about this being 8-foot wide is they were able to give it a 4-butt dinette. A lot of 7-foot wide campers, you're not even going to fit you and a toddler in the seat next to you. It just ain't going to work. Which means this also folds down to a little bit wider sleeping space. There's storage below that as well, by the way. The 2-quarter bunks, well, around the corner here. Not a whole lot to write home about there. I do like how they each have their own light. I like how that has a breeze window. I really wish the upper bunk did as well. That upper bunk, if you don't have some kind of fan, like, it would not be a bad idea, by the way, to have like a little fan clipped against the wall over here or something like that, just to help get some airflow moving up there, because that could very quickly, with the way heat rises, turn into one heck of a hot box. The kitchen here is simple but effective. Cracking everything open, giving you a look at it. I do like that dedicated pantry space over there, though. This is also a gas electric refrigerator. Cherokee was really the first one in a small single axle camper that standardized those big refrigerators. First doing a big gas electric fridge and now doing the 12 volts. Since then, nearly everybody and their brothers jumped on that bandwagon. And the bathroom is not bad. It's not. I like that full medicine cabinet. I like a dedicated sink. You don't have to wash your bathroom hands in the kitchen sink. That's hard to find. Little floor plans like this, like nobody does this. But that extra foot of body width that they have made that possible. It made the room for the sink right there. That's a clutch factor. That's great. The bathroom's good. It could be a little bit better. I wouldn't be opposed to a shower wall surround panel. And without a skylight here, with this tall of trailer, it's gonna be a headbanger, brother. What? I'll definitely give Keystone some credit here. That's a good looking little camper. I don't know how well this is translating to camera right now, but it has a silver nose, a graphite skirt, black metal on the front, but it is a white sidewall. So there is kind of a neat little high definition 3-dimensional quality. There we go. We're getting a better look at it here on the shadowy side of the trailer. This thing's literally, look at this little guy, literally sitting in the shadow of this giant Talon toy hauler over here, literally being overshadowed on the side. But I think it's got a good look to it. It's got a couple little Adidas swooshes to it, but it also has a couple more linear lines that have always really, I don't know, appealed to me. Ooh! 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 How did I not tune into this before? This trailer was built with a manual tongue jack and a single propane tank. The tongue jack swap is no big deal. Switching over to a double propane tank and upgrading to an auto changeover regulator, and they added a battery disconnect. Ooh! Triple up, upgrades. And even better than that, up front here, in this outside storage compartment, their load leveling and anti-sway combo hitch looks to be included with it. Now keep in mind, so the hitch hardware, if you choose to use it, Mission Impossible, your mission should you choose to accept it, it's included. Now, every truck trailer hitch combo interacts differently. Until we get a truck trailer and hitch all together, you never fully know how they're going to interact with one another. So it is possible, if that hitch needs to be basically reset to properly ride with your vehicle, there may be a labor charge due to cover that. But if it just slaps right on, you're good to go. Walkable roof, although no ladder, which has weirdly always been common in these little campers right here. But the roof is also very vaulted. Notice that on the rear wall there, how exaggerated that is. That's, I think, another one of those things. They have the same full heavy-duty roof structure, same full floor and wall structure on this they have in the big, like, triple slide giant Springdales, which is probably why this little guy weighs a little bit more than most single axles. So definitely plan the vehicle accordingly. Also 8 foot wide, adding some weight, but it adds an extra, 6 to 12 inches of space all the way across the inside of this thing. Now up top there, you see another upgrade they put on, the Max Air vent fan cover. One of the things I want to do for you, though, bring you a little bit more peace of mind. I mentioned no ladder, but I tape my camera to a broom and wave it up there, give you a little look at the roof line, and everything looked really good to me. Specifically, I always like to hawk seal points around things like skylights, front and rear termination strips. Those are the most frequent, most common culprits of the seals wearing out first. Everything on this looks good. Like I said, I think it's been smoked in. Other than that, this is a find right here. So again, it's a layout I've seen everybody and their brother make, but it's a nicely executed version of it. A little note on the weight too. It is a little bit heavy than you, especially compared to most things. Remember, it is 8 foot wide. It is a full interior height versus there are still some things out there built with a reduced ceiling height to reduce the total weight on stuff. The other thing is, from my experience when we carried Springdale in the past, they were always a little bit heavier, but in the stick and tin class, we had fewer warranty claims with them as compared to anybody else that we ever carried, and by a long shot. I've always felt that they were a little bit heavier because they had a little more meat on the bones, and based on the weight sticker that I'm seeing here, I probably suspect that's still very true. They were always very proud of the fact that they had some excellent warranty rates among stick and tin trailers in the marketplace. But again, that's a little bit of theory and conjecture. I knew what they used to be, don't know what they are now, but what I'm seeing out of this doesn't give me any sort of scary feels. I got a pretty good idea what to look for when something ain't built right. Short of that, financing, trades, other questions, give us a call. I'm going to get inside before it starts raining on me and I get lightning strike with a camera in my hand. When you're ready, we'd love to work with you. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and have a Haylett, happy Haylett camping day.
Walking